Hello. Well, basically, I'm saying hello to anyone watching the replay. Oh, it looks like someone might be here. Hi, whoever's here. Say something in the chat. Let's have a dialogue. So first of all, my name is Andrea Nelson. I am very, very, very new to YouTube and live streaming and commentary and all that good stuff. I have usually, a really strong opinion about things, but I don't always necessarily share my opinion about things very openly. In the past, I've been just kind of afraid to be ridiculed, afraid to, I guess, be mocked, judged, or whatever the case may be. But here in these days, everybody has a voice. Everybody's voice deserves to be heard. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. Everybody has a right to express themselves in the way that they feel suits their personal needs. And so for that reason, I decided to come on this live. I originally wasn't going to talk about this, but something just kept nudging me that, I need to just go ahead and speak out. So I encourage anyone who has an opinion about this topic to also speak out, because if we don't talk about things honestly and openly with each other in a healthy format and in a healthy way, we cannot be the agents of change that we desire to be, right? It really does start with us. So the title of this video is Nosey Heaux Live, Marcella, All About the Tea, etc., etc. When the whole drama with All About the Tea went down, it was all over the place. It was all over the place. There were a number of players involved. And I had just barely started watching, like literally just started watching All About the Tea, maybe about a month. Of course, I've heard of the channel, but I never was really into a lot of the content. I don't really watch Housewives. I know it's like a big show. I know, but I never really got into Housewives. So, and I noticed All About the Tea really talked about that show a lot. But other than that, I was really drawn to Pelez. I was really drawn to her spirit, her attitude, her demeanor, and her perspective during that whole thing. So I did watch several All About the Tea lives, and really just as leisure, I really, I liked the other panelists as well to a certain extent, but I was really there to kind of hear Pelez's perspective. I really felt like she had a really sound voice of reason, very objective, very factual, very straightforward. She didn't really beat around the bush. And I really like that approach. I like that blunt kind of thinking and way of speaking. So, but anyway, like I said, I originally wasn't going to discuss this topic, but as a new content creator, number one, in all transparency, just like a lot of people really started to grow their channel when they were talking about All About the Tea and what was happening on that platform. I feel like, fortunately and unfortunately, well, fortunately for me, it creates another, I guess, opportunity to kind of expand on this topic. So I'm here to just really discuss and address my thoughts and opinions about Nosey Heaux Live and the entire mess that has ended up that has ensued. Really, I'm getting all tongue tied because but I'm here to address Nosey Heaux Live and really everything that kind of ensued. And in my opinion, I think that a lot of things that happened was because of her delivery of content and also her character, right? Her character kind of we those of us who kind of came on, you know, her channel and started watching her, we kind of got to see her highs and her lows. We kind of got to see the way that she operates, right? And so if you're used to operating a certain way for so long and no one checks you, no one brings balance to that situation, eventually there is going to be a train wreck, so to speak, right? Because someone has to, God will check you. God will check you. So before I even continue, I say this openly. I was just discussing this with my dad today. Pride comes before the fall. Pride comes before the fall. We've seen it time and time again, not only on YouTube, but in a lot of different people's lives that have put themselves in the public eye, right? So my disclaimer is that everything said here is just my opinion and just my commentary. I have come on here maybe 3 or 4 times to do a live, and I'm usually just talking to myself. But that's all right, right? Because we have to start somewhere, and eventually I'm going to kind of get into that. But before I do, I want to acknowledge some really, really key players in my eyes and people that I really look up to on YouTube. And a lot of what I'm going to share here is just really to kind of piggyback off of what some of these other content creators have already kind of put out there in the universe and kind of have already addressed and discussed. So first of all, I invited her to come on this live, but I changed the time. And anyway, maybe we can collaborate another time. But the first acknowledgement that I want to bring up is Beautiful Shalom's channel. I believe her name is Monet. Her channel was originally Beauty by Monet LLC or Beautiful Monet LLC? One of those. But I started watching her like literally around the time all about the tea stuff was going on, because she kind of started her channel based on commentary off of that as well. And so like a lot of us, I was never a teacup, but I did view that channel. And so a lot of us, we really had questions about the character of this avatar. And so Beautiful Shalom was also one of them. But what she touched on last night and today was, and I wrote this down because she gave an amazing word on, one, being able to stand for something so that you don't fall for everything. And two, bad company corrupts good character. So that first one, when you're able to stand for something, that means you're able to stand on your own integrity. You're able to stand on your own values. You're able to stand on your own mind and your own processes of thinking, your own cognition, in order to make decisions for your life, in order to think for yourself. And so also, bad company corrupts good character. And as I started, now let me go back. So I started watching Nosey Heaux maybe in July. At first, I was really, really, really on board, because the whole thing for me was, number one, entertainment. Number two, unmasking the avatar. I really wanted to know, being very, very detective like myself, I wanted to know who this person was, just like a lot of other people did. So I was all about the unmasking the avatar and trying to figure that out. So, but being on Nosey's channel, I started to notice a lot of things. A lot of things didn't sit right with me. Like, for example, on one occasion, and I'm kind of jumping ahead, but on one occasion, I think it might have been around the time she had Monique Tolbert on her channel, or Monique Tolbert called in, and I think Monique Tolbert said something like, "I curse you to the root," or something like that. And then Nosey started doing some kind of, my eyes get all big. I don't know if it was like witchcraft or if it was her calling on the ancestors for some kind of seance. I don't know what kind of ritual she kind of gave back to Monique Tolbert. But that was the first time I got maybe I shouldn't be watching this, because there's certain things that I'm very careful about letting into my spirit, because I try to be on the bright side. I try to give light and positivity and all that stuff. But when I started seeing them cursing each other and going that route, that I don't play around with demonic spirits and stuff like that. So that should have been a real red flag and sign to me to step away. But I was so kind of invested in seeing who is this avatar, right? So I kind of stuck around. To by no means did I agree with everything she said. In fact, a lot of things really kind of made me raise one of these drawn on eyebrows, because it was just like I said, her delivery really showed her character, right? It just really did. Like, there's no question about it. I hope you guys can hear me. Am I on mute? What if I was on mute this whole time? Wow. Okay. I guess it's not on mute. Okay, so that's the first person I want to acknowledge. Because again, it's taken me watching a lot of these content creators to really gain the courage and I guess the will to go ahead and broaden my platform here on YouTube to be able to talk about things that I care about as well. So I'm acknowledging these people because they really, really, really have opened up my line of sight into what I'm able to do here, and instead of just limiting myself because I'm new and I really don't know what in the heck I'm doing, I am just doing. So the next person I'm going to acknowledge for the sake of this video is someone that I just happened to catch her live today. And there were a couple of really, really interesting folks on her panel. And this is, her name is Freckles, a therapist perspective. She's a content creator on YouTube. I don't know how long she's even been around, but I really found her message to be very enlightening, and it was really positive, and that's what I'm attracted to. So one of the things that she talked about, that I just want to highlight, I'm not trying to steal her content or anything like that. I'm just acknowledging these pieces that I'm putting together. So she made a very good point when she talked about the law of attraction, and basically what you put out, into the universe, you're going to attract. So my addition to this concept, or my views on this concept, comes exactly from Galatians 6:7-8, and it reads, "Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, shall he also reap. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit, and that's capital S in Spirit, reap, shall of the Spirit. Sorry, but he that soweth to the capital S Spirit shall of the Spirit reap everlasting life. And this is the spiritual law of reaping and sowing. And so that really stuck with me because, it's true. It was a huge reminder to be careful of the things that I speak out. For example, this is way off topic, but like I have really, really, really bad road rage. Like if someone puts my life in danger because they're making reckless decisions with their vehicle, it triggers me. It makes me angry. It's very frustrating. And in an instant, I will snap and cuss that person out. And it's been happening more frequently and it's been happening more intensely. So my anger is becoming more and more intense, if that makes sense, the more I get into these kind of road rage encounters. And there's another incident that happened at the store that I don't even know. Just my anger got the best of me. But again, it reminds me of in those moments, whatever I'm putting out, whoever I'm cussing out, trust and believe someone else is going to be cussing me out in the same way, calling me names in the same way, and all of that. So it just made me think like, man, I really need to be more cognizant and more mindful of what I let my tongue speak, because whatever I put out is coming right back to me. Okay. That's the law of reaping and sowing. So the next content creator that I do want to highlight is Stacy Renee. She is Hood Life Chronicles. I absolutely love her commentary. I think she's hilarious. So Beauty by Monet LLC and HLC or Hood Life Chronicles are the two content creators that I started to watch kind of around the time where All About the Tea kind of imploded on itself. And I'm just going to say that I feel like she speaks from an objective perspective and she keeps it real. She's very, very hood though. Don't come for her because she will come for you. And I love that, right? As someone who's like all about justice and like, yes, all of that. I totally, I dig it. So, I invited her to come too because I really wanted her to say her piece on my channel, because she let me come up on her channel a while ago, but I don't think she was available tonight. It was kind of last minute notice, so I know one day in the future we'll be able to kind of get together like and really plan a collaboration. But yes, one of these good old days. HLC, are you watching? One of these days we're going to collaborate. Okay, can you hear me? All right, thanks. All right, okay, so the next person who I'm going to acknowledge, because all of these people have kind of talked about this content, and I've kind of listened and kind of gleaned from their perspectives and all that, is Candy Washington. She is the sweetest, most down-to-earth person. I really love her channel because she promotes a lot of self-love and self-care, which is something that I have in the past struggled with to the extreme. Didn't even recognize how important it was until I was completely burnt out and was at a make or break point. Basically, I was at the breaking point. And I had to learn about self-love and self-care. And I really had to get it ingrained in my mind and truly stand on this value that I cannot pour from an empty cup. And neither should I even dare ever try, right? Because I need to be full. I need to be alive and vibrant to be able to pour that into someone else, or inspire and help other people. And especially in my line of work, I really have to take care of my mind. My mental health has to be sharp, and it has to it just has to be sharp, and I have to be well. I have to be whole. So I can't be over here broken trying to help, recover people as a broken individual. No, I need to be whole. I need to be centered. I need to have my mind like completely grounded and love myself and cherish, this, dare I say, va-voom body that God gave me. And so I really love Candy Washington. And there's a lot of others who I'll just briefly name. Okay, so I do like Marcella. I'm going to kind of touch on her. I never really knew who So Debonair or Princess were. I think Bishop is cool. I am subscribed to, most of their channels and stuff, but I haven't really, I'm not going to lie, I haven't really engaged with a lot of their content. But I think that, they're fabulous content creators. I don't have anything against them. But the person that I have to acknowledge, excuse me, I don't know why I keep burping. But anyway, the person I have to acknowledge most is Plez, because Plez is the one who basically inspired me to step out on faith. She's the one that really sounded off a lot of times about how this platform is really big enough for everyone, for anyone and everyone. And that resonated with me because I just believed that I probably wouldn't be successful on YouTube. I had doubts about if I could do it. Should I do it? Is my skin thick enough? Can I handle criticism? All these things, will I have content that people will like? I had all these questions like, is my commentary going to attract people? Will people want to listen to what I have to say? All kinds of things, doubt creeped in, but quite truthfully, hearing Plez's story and just seeing how she kind of has had to overcome so much negativity and she's still thriving. And even better yet, she's still thriving on this platform, even after having taken a break. I thought, you know what? Something that I had been wanting to do for over 2 years. I had started buying equipment and all this kind of stuff, but I never had the courage to just start it. I never knew like what to do or how I was going to do it. But Plez is the one who like really, really, really inspired me to finally get my channel started. And thank God for her. Thank God for her and all these other people that I mentioned who really are on this platform to bring cohesion and bring people together and unite people, as opposed to the other divide of people who like to divide and conquer, and who like to pin people against each other, and who like to kind of create drama, stay in drama, feed into the drama, and all of that other stuff. And I'm not saying I don't like drama, and I'm not saying I don't like tea, because I do. I love piping hot gossip. I'm kind of ashamed of it, but it is what it is. I do. I'm into it, right? Um, it is what it is. But anyways, Pleasant's, she's really great. So out of all those people, so I'll kind of go through them again. So first we have Beauty by Monet LLC, who she's really great. Freckles, a therapist perspective. She's really, from what I saw today, because I just saw her channel for the first time today, really great. I also want to acknowledge Marcella. She has put out a lot of positive content, even though, like myself, we were on that unmasking the avatar campaign. We were on that thing really, really heavy, right? Now I wasn't personally involved, but I was certainly involved like this. So we have Hood Life Chronicles, who I absolutely love. I can't wait to collaborate with her one of these days. Candy Washington, and then some other people that kind of inspired me. And then I'm just gonna list them up and then jump back into why I'm on this video here. Sarah Ray Vargas, I've been watching her for years. I've always, enjoyed her content. Joy and More, Miss Plus and More on Instagram. DD758. Yeah. And so I put Sinitra on there too, because I started liking her when she would come on to Sherelle's World, because I've been watching Sherelle and Perry for over a year. Basically since the start of the pandemic, I found their channel and I love to laugh. And they always are able to do that. Also, Auntie's Advice. Oh my gosh, I freaking love her channel. So anyway, back to the content. Now I want to address Nosey Heaux Live and some of the things that I witnessed and observed. Yes. So when I started watching her, it was during Unmasking the Avatar, and it was back in like the beginning of July. Okay. Keep in mind, I was very kind of like going through some really stressful times trying to finish up school. And just, I had some tough days. But I was watching Nosey Heaux's channel, and I actually subscribed, and I subbed, like I said, around July, when all the AATT stuff started coming out. I observed that I started to, how do I say this? Now this is kind of going back to bad company corrupts good character, because what I started to observe after watching her channel is I would be hearing, like, how she talks, like very loud, very like kind of a little aggressive, very condescending towards people, even towards her subscribers. I really did not appreciate that. But I started to hear like the way she would talk, and I would start to hear like her demeanor, and it started to kind of affect me. Like, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but like I noticed myself starting to, like, my vibrations were kind of like, they were seriously like sinking. And that's why I put that picture on the thumbnail, because I took that picture one day and I was, tuning into Nosey Heaux, and I was like, why am I feeling like this? Like, why am I feeling so like negative, and like, why am I feeling so like off is the best word. I was feeling very off. And I was allowing all of that negativity to saturate my spirit, and damn, it had an effect on me. At the time, I had no idea that it would do that. I really didn't. But that scripture that I talked about earlier, bad company corrupts good character. So I've learned it doesn't matter if you're near that person. It doesn't matter if you are touching elbows with that person or if you see them in person. If you are taking in what they're offering, you're still associating with that. So yeah, I mentioned the seance thing that happened after Monique Tolbert kind of like said, I curse you to the root, which I was like, what is that? Is that voodoo? I was like, all creeped out. I was so creeped out. I've never heard anyone say that, but that straight up sounded like voodoo. If anyone agrees, say something, because I was creeped out. And so I had to make a decision to stop subjecting myself to that live abusive language that was spewing out of Nosey Heaux's mouth. And I am one that I just feel like nobody should like try to censor someone, right? If that's how someone needs to express themselves, not that I support it, but I'm always to the I always stand on the position that, you know, who am I to tell someone how to express themselves? Who am I to tell someone like how to speak, you know, what to say, not to cuss, because I cuss. You know what I mean? And I love God, and I believe in God, and I'm a Christian, or I'm a Bible believer, but I still do, right? So if someone wants to express themselves and they have to be loud or they have to sing, I'm very liberal with that mindset. So I never felt like I wanted to censor what like she would say. So to that extent, I kind of tried to listen, but be objective too, and not like let her opinion kind of sway my opinion, if that makes sense. So, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot to shout out the plainest Jane. Now she's been covering a lot of R. Kelly, the current case trial and everything. But one thing that she says is, please remember to always think critically and independently, regardless of what I say. And before I even heard the plainest Jane, I've always believed that too. That it is so important for you to have your own mind, stand in your own mind, stand in your own truth, whether someone likes it or not, whether someone agrees with it or not. That's none of their business. Your truth is your truth. And dare I say, we should all have, you know, we should all be empowered to speak our truth, to stand in our truth, and not be ashamed, right? Be shameless in who we are. So, because if you're not able to think critically and stand on your own, you will be very easily swayed and manipulated. You'll be very easily manipulated. And so going back to Nosey Heaux Live, I feel like her posse of mermaids, starfish, sharks, and all of that, they were like out of control. I remember one day I was in the live. I think I have a picture. Let's see. I was in the live one day, and I don't remember what exactly the topic was. I truly don't. But I remember like saying something, and I think I maybe asked a question, or you know, I like to go to different people's lives, and you know, I like to chat. I love the live chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I enjoy the live chat. So, of course, like, I'm here on my phone. And I was really intrigued by the supposed Kenya Gibson's brother, Lenny. I was really intrigued by that because he had the same, like, What I'm telling you, they were like a perfect match. They came with the same negative energy, and they were going back to back to back to back to back. That whole thing really intrigued me. So I would go on and make my little comments. I don't remember what live this was. I really don't. But I remember one of the mermaids, starfish, sharks, whales, whatever they are. I never ascribed myself to that. The only person I ascribed myself to is being a hoodie. Who is this? That's the only person, because I really do, I really do like her. And so, anyway, what was I saying? So one of her subscribers, and mind you, I was a subscriber too. I don't know why I'm stuttering. But I said something in the chat, and this person came for me. And she was like, Andrea Nelson, tread lightly. I said, excuse me? And I'm typing to this person. I think her name is Tasha something. Tread lightly. I don't know if I called her. I don't think I called her BITCH, but you know how when something like just instantly turns you and you're like, who in the does she think she is? Tread lightly for what? And I immediately responded. I said, first of all, tread lightly my ass. I will say what I want. I will say it how I want. And that's that. And then she came back and I said something else, but I really just put that to bed because don't tell me to tread lightly in a community forum. I don't have to tread lightly. And I certainly don't have to do what you said I need to do. And so that triggered me. It triggered me. I felt like I was being censored, and I felt like that sense of like dominating control was trying to like come down on me. And I don't like people telling me what to do. I struggle with that, unfortunately. So once you try to, come for me and try to tell me like, don't say this, don't say that, don't say this, don't say that, because it's going to make Nosey mad. She's going to block you. First of all, if I get blocked, I get blocked. I really could care less. I will go on. There's so many other YouTube channels that I really enjoy watching, and not that I have to kind of like mute it sometimes because it gets so vulgar. If you know what I'm saying, if you ever watched Nosey Heaux, it gets so vulgar. So sometimes I did have to mute, and I just, was kind of just listening for the facts. But when this mermaid or starfish, jellyfish, whatever she was, when she tried to censor me, I literally was like, what is this? You can't say something for the fear of someone getting mad and blocking you? Well, then block me. But anyway. So some of the things I also observed was that she would, okay, now this is where I think we got ourselves into a little bit of trouble, because I do remember her, Nosey. She would be telling her chat, she'd be like, now I need everybody to go over to their channel and do this, report or block or something. I remember when she was talking, so now I didn't even know who Toxic Diamond was, but I remember specifically she would say, go report her or do something. And on several occasions, I would just be like, now, I wonder how many people are really going to actually do it just because she said to do it. Where's your critical thought? Why are you just doing it because someone told you to do it? And so now this was on many, many different occasions besides Toxic Diamond that this would happen. So Um, I remember during the investigation, subscribers. Now, I'm just reading from my notes, but I remember subscribers would be blocked. I think I already mentioned that. And I noticed. Okay, I noticed that people would be blocked just for trying to help. If you shared a piece of info, oh, I'm chewing this gum way too hard. Wow. But anyway, if you put something on her, if you sent her a comment or sent her an email or something like that, she would block you. But in the same breath, she's asking for help. She's asking people to dig up dirt, and well, she's asking her subscribers to dig up dirt and, you know, come to her with what they found out. But in the same breath, she's also like, don't send this to me. I don't know. It was just weird. It was so weird. It was so weird. Sometimes I was like, what is going on? And that's why I literally like had to distance myself, because it just got, to me, the language was very abusive. Very, very abusive. Um, what else? In my opinion, I really do think a lot of things went way far. Um, One of the things that kind of went far was when she put this person's address. She put pictures of their vehicles, their license plate info, their house address, the street name. She put all of that on open YouTube. On top of that, she made it very, very, she spoke in code, right? But we're not dumb. So she spoke in code, but she was saying, basically, we need to go. Basically, she was encouraging people to kind of go and dig, like if they have to go by this person's house, and just go. Just, it got so extreme, and I thought, man, this is very dangerous ground, because what if one of those people, in their crazed minds, this world is full of people who are severely unstable. That's just the truth. So what if one of these people would have really gone and hurt a minor, who lived in the home, all because of, all for the sake of Nosey Heaux live investigations, all for the sake of unmasking the avatar. Excuse me. It kind of got far, and I did witness, just from viewing her channel, I did witness Marcella co-signing on this unmasking the avatar. Now, I don't think Marcella, oops, let me plug in my computer, straightforwardly kind of supported that doxing, but she definitely supported kind of going there. And she had like her own she had her own private investigator, she had her own attorneys on the case. Allegedly, Sherelle's World had her own investigator. I mean, these people were really, 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 really involved. There was a Facebook page, Unmasking the Avatar. I don't know if it's still up. But it really, really, really went way far. So there was also good content that I really want to highlight that Nosey Heaux did kind of deliver. I really thought that the Nosey Heaux investigations, where she was investigating murders of people's family members that were unsolved cases, I really thought that was really thoughtful. And I'm not going to lie, last year in 2020, one of my youngest cousins died suddenly. The detectives say it was a drug overdose, but as a family, that has never really sat right with us. We kind of suspect that there was some kind of foul play because his body was moved, and people say that they heard him like gasping for air on more than one occasion, and nobody called the ambulance. Nobody called for emergency medical help to help him. And this happened in someone's home. I'm not going to even mention this person, but long story short, I thought for a moment that, maybe I will email Nosey Heaux Investigations to help me uncover the truth in the story. I never, excuse me, I don't know why I'm like, I think it's because the fan is on, but I never got around to emailing her. But that's one thing that I thought, man, this is really good content. And I saw one, because I also became a member of her channel. Yes, I'm guilty. So I supported her channel. I gave her views. I'm not above anything. I became a member. I paid the $9.99 membership in July or August, whatever month it was. And anyway, that was good content. On the members only, one of the members only lives, she kind of did like a live investigation. And I just thought that was really cool. It just seemed like this is the right path. This is a positive thing. In my opinion, I felt like this is a really positive thing she's doing, trying to help people. And I don't know, a part of me feels like she has a really, really, really good gift for that. And it would be nice to see her kind of hone in on more of that work, because it really did help a lot of people, allegedly. Another, okay. Another thing that I would say about her content being, parts of her content being very good were the vintage tea episodes. I really enjoyed the vintage tea. I really thought, especially the one on Whitney Houston, that one got a little weird. She brought up, like, I don't know if it was a psychic person. And now, see, I don't like to dabble in that kind of stuff. Like, I'm all about the capital big spirit, the Holy Spirit. I don't like intertwining and messing with any other kind of ancestral or demonic spirits. It's not my religion. It might come from, African culture and, historical religious practices and things like that, but it's not something that I particularly subscribe to. But I did think that the vintage tea segments were really good. Third, I also found that her videos on the satanic rituals from people in Hollywood and all of that, I really also thought that was good content. But things I really didn't get into were surviving the petties and just like the trash talk. Talking serious trash about other content creators, talking serious trash about subscribers, talking serious trash. I didn't get down with that at all. I noticed, this is the last thing I'll say about this, but I did notice that a lot of her crew, her mermaids, I'm sick and tired of saying that. Starfish, whales, sharks. Anyway, a lot of her crew did a lot of the legwork. I want to know how people feel about that. She took a lot of credit for a lot of work that she herself in my opinion, did not appear to do. So I don't know how anyone feels about that, but that's just something that I observed. It would have been really good for me to see her acknowledge some of her people that really like spent their own time, money, energy, whatever they did to give her the content to bring to us on the topic of unmasking the avatar. So basically, did I write anything else down? Yes, I'm gonna be on here for about 8 more minutes. Thank you. It says there's 4 people here. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this live stream. I really appreciate you. I don't see anyone typing anything in the chat. That's perfectly fine, but I do appreciate your viewership. I really do. So a couple of last things that I want to note, because in the title of this video, I also had Marcella, because she came on last night. I was able to catch that live, and she really addressed Nosey Heaux live. She kind of addressed the issue. She did admit that she had a hand in it. She did admit that she was on board, but she claims that she was not on board with the doxing. And I believe her. I believe she wanted to uncover the avatar just like literally everyone else on YouTube. Literally everyone else. And we still don't even know who she is. Who is she? We don't know. We still don't know. But that's neither here nor there. Marcella really addressed okay, so this is what happened that I had no idea before I saw her live last night. So I guess, okay, so we know now that Nosey Heaux Live she has her website, she's on Twitch, she has Patreon, and she also has OnlyFans. So, and I mention all those because there was drama from Nosey Heaux Lives and allegedly that Marcella and Princess did not promote her her new platforms on their YouTube channels. And so I guess now I'm getting these things mixed up. I guess according to Marcella, she did share her Twitch channel. She did share like her link in her other socials and stuff. But here's where there was an issue according to Marcella. I guess Nosey wanted her to go on her Twitch and be on one of the broadcasts as a panelist. And for some reason, Marcella just didn't feel like she wanted to do that. So she said no. And because she said no, it appears that Nosey Heaux Live took that as a betrayal. And so she went on a kind of a rant, allegedly, supposedly, saying that Marcella has no loyalty, or that she has no loyalty to Marcella, or something like that. And that's why Marcella went and addressed it last night. And that's why she went on Freckles, A Therapist Perspectives YouTube page to also address it. I don't remember everything Marcella said, but basically it seemed to me like she was really trying to own up to the part that she played in it. But I never once heard Marcella like speak down on anyone. It always appeared to me like Marcella was trying to like build up the community and build up the support one for another. So I was kind of taken aback to hear that just because Marcella didn't want to go on her Twitch platform, that all of a sudden, you know, Nosey Heaux kind of just flipped out and basically thinks Marcella is a backstabber because she didn't go on her platform. That would be like me being upset with Hood Life Chronicles for not coming on my live. She don't have to come on my live. She don't have to come on my page. She does not have to support my channel. That's my job. It's my job to promote myself, to promote my channel. That's not anyone else's job. So that would be like, synonymous to me getting mad at someone for refusing to come on my channel and be on a panel. I don't have a right to be angry at that. Maybe I have a right, but it doesn't mean it's justified. So I'm kind of looking like, what's the problem? If someone says no, they say no. It shouldn't be that big of a problem, right? But maybe there's more that has yet to be uncovered in this situation. Who knows? But it just seems like that was a little bit, if that was the only reason why she kind of put Marcella on blast, it seems a little bit immature for her to get mad because someone said, no, I don't want to come on your platform. Now, here's my thing. You have to be careful. Why is my nose running? You have to be careful. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. You have to be careful about who you continuously allow yourself to be associated with. And I think that is the point that Marcella was trying to make. She kind of saw, okay, for one, when you're dealing with someone who they get kicked off of YouTube, I've never seen that before. All 3 or 4 of your channels get like, they're done. That's a huge kind of a deal, right? So I can't blame anybody for not just yielding to someone else's will. You have to be an independent thinker. You have to be able to say no if it doesn't match what is in your best interest, and be okay with that and be free from guilt. Your no is no, and you don't have to provide a reason. You can just say no. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. So let that be a lesson to whoever's listening. If you don't want to do something, you have the right to remove yourself from a situation and do better and level up to a better position, to a higher level of thinking. So that that kind of concludes this broadcast. I really thank all the panelists that were on Freckles, a Therapist Perspective page today, and I'm going to shout them out too. And because I've never gone over to their pages and looked at their content, but I certainly will. And so I will be looking into Sparkle Alley, Cardi B, and then there were some others that I just wrote others. Sorry. But I will be looking into those channels. But we have to be careful. And this is just tag teaming off of what Freckles, the therapist, said. We have to be careful about following the mob mentality and assuming like that Japanese motto where you can't stand out like a sore thumb, or someone will knock you down to put you in line to conform. You have to be careful about just following someone blindly whom you don't know. You don't know their background. You don't know their motives. You don't even know their things about their character. And you just have to be careful. That's basically it. You can follow Jesus. He'll never lead you astray. But don't be the herd, okay? Be careful of this bullying. Oh, I've been out here for an hour. Oh, okay. Be careful of this bullying behavior. That's something I just don't want to see. I don't want to continue seeing, especially on YouTube. I really feel like what Plez said originally that made me want to come and start my channel. This platform is big enough for everybody to succeed. Even little old me. Even you, if that's what you want to do. You don't have to conform to someone else's style. You don't have to conform to someone else's modes. You can be your original self, have your own original thought. And the people who are supposed to see you will see you. Um, and I truly believe that. And so I will continue to come on and do these podcasts because I enjoy doing them. And I'm doing them ultimately because it makes me happy. And ultimately because I hope that it will help someone else who hears the words that I have to say. Um, be careful of being easily manipulated by people who are crafty and cunning, people who have narcissistic personality traits. And I would touch on that. Oh, I'm not digging in my nose on this thing. I just had to scratch right here. Ooh, but I will talk about that in a whole different video because I have a lot of stories to share on that topic. But that's all I have to say. Don't abandon your own thoughts. Don't abandon your own self-love. Don't abandon the love and care for yourself to placate or to make someone else happy. Don't do that. It's not going to serve you in the end. So with that, I love all of you who are here, who have seen this live chat. It said that there is 3, 4, 5. So thank you all of you who came along. I really appreciate you coming. I really appreciate you being here. So with that said, also if you're watching the replay, thank you too. I really appreciate it. And I will be back with another video soon. Bye.